Right, so
It's good to listen to. I've never
about
played New
to
Vegas, so
Yeah, it's really good.
start the session. Just going to mute everyone just so you can. So yeah, this is the third to last or second to last. I think it's the third to last session of Saga. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. We should be on the high seas still, with Resin torturing a poor assassin who nearly killed most of the group last session. So this time around, we're going to try and see, because from here the gloves are off. I'm going to tell players that as well, but the gloves are off most definitely, and deaths can happen and probably will happen. So let's see.
Three.
Alright, I'm back. Right, just before we start, I need to say, as I just said on the stream then, because I normally do an intro now, but that you can't hear. The gloves are generally off now. We're into the last 3 sessions, so congrats. If you got this far, if it got this far, then you know you've done really well, because it's been a difficult campaign all the way through. And yeah, the gloves are off now, so you are into the end game stuff. So just bear that in mind. So if anyone does perish, you know, well, don't blame me, or blame me. You know, whatever. It's fine.
Don't worry, as long as Magnus survives, we'll survive one way or another.
I'll probably just blame Resin.
Hey.
yeah, that's a good policy.
All right.
Sounds right.
Usually is to blame.
All right. So
Excuse me, goodness.
you guys are on the Vigilance, which is your ship, and you are in the middle of a raging storm at the moment. And it's a storm that's not abated for days. Hoshi's on the bridge, so to speak, trying to look out, and she can't make heads or tails of where she is. And she literally, you're thinking, Hoshi, that you're in way over your head here. Like, this is not the kind of storm that, you know, you've literally just started out as a pirate a few months before you came to Kildanian, so, you know, the crew are really struggling undermanned because half of them turned against you in the last session. And Magnus, you are now feeling much better. Like, you're literally just, you know, you've stopped throwing your guts up, you've drank some wine, you've had a wash, you're feeling a lot better. Logan, you're out on the deck, just basically making sure that everyone's okay, and you're there with Alf, just like throwing down ropes and, you know, trying to make sure things are going okay. And Resin, you are under everyone else in a room with Oda, who is now chained, so to speak, by the wrists against the wall, and you have successfully intimidated him into spilling some secret, but he's not telling you anymore. He's like very stubbornly keeping his mouth shut. Hoshi, you are on the deck and you can see things aren't going well. Like, the ship is roiling around far too much for your liking. So what are you going to do?
Rolling. I suggest I guess the best thing to do is just like place the length of the ship along the direction in which we're seeing waves come.
Okay. If you look at that picture there, it's pretty much, it's one of these horrible
Just
storms where the waves are everywhere. Like, they're literally coming in from all angles, and you're bobbing up and down, side to side. You're not even sure of where you're going. I mean, you could be, from all you know, you could be heading out further into the ocean, which is not what you want to do. You know.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go see Magnus.
Okay.
I mean, it's not going to get any worse. Like, I feel that if we've been at it for a while, like, we're doing everything we can.
Yeah, okay. Resin, you're underneath the... Actually, no, Logan, what are you doing on the deck?
What am I doing on the deck? Well, I got my armor out to start polishing it, but then, you know, the storm got worse. So I guess I'd be kind of assisting Kargan at the helm now that Hoshi's gone below deck, or helping Alf, either way between the two. But I'm not comfortable with going downstairs. So
roll. How much would you say Logan is a leader among men?
I'd say he was, but not necessarily among pirate folk. I don't know, really. I guess less so than Hoshi, but more so than Resin, for example.
Okay.
It's
All
a very
the hate
large
for Resin.
spectrum.
So try and give the men like a rousing speech to get them through the storm.
Okay. Let's see. Oh dear. Okay.
No.
Logan is, fumbling his way.
I want you to give it first. Yeah, you're not getting out of it by.
I want me to
rolling.
give it.
Yeah, you need to give
Oh,
me
okay.
give me a speech, and then I'll give you a modifier to your roll depending on how you do. Actually, I'm gonna do.
Can Logan just like
Okay.
stand astride the front of the ship, just like boldly staring out into the storm?
Well, you can do, yeah. I mean, a 10 would generally take you overboard if that's what you're trying to do. You literally be like, yeah, so and just go straight over. So, try and if you want to do a speech, it's fine, or I'll let you roll again. So I wasn't there.
Okay, I'd rather not, just because we haven't got into the session a bit.
Okay.
But let's see.
So what are you doing?
Okay.
What are you doing to inspire the men?
You know, on Disney films,
Oh, God,
when
yeah.
they have those the song that comes up, and I'm thinking of something like
Mulan?
Aladdin or Frozen, yeah, Mulan or something like that, where they're heave-hoing on the ropes, and
Right.
and like one of those scenes on Pirates of the Caribbean where you're first introduced to the crew of the Black Pearl, and they're sort of they're going about the ship in sort of a synchronized manner, sort of like that. So I'm flitting between tasks and kind of.
Okay, cool. Roll again. Roll again
Yeah,
with
as
a -2.
Okay.
Right, and what's your cunning?
Cunning. Not good.
It's just enough to get him thrown overboard.
I believe it's 4.
That's fine then.
Check.
Yeah, it's fine if it is.
If
Sorry about this. I thought I had it.
Okay, even if it's
It
a 3, that's a pass.
is.
Because of your
It's 2.
description. Oh, that's a fail. Okay.
It's 2.
Right, so you're pretty much half of the men are like liking what you're doing, the other half are just like, well, you know, it's fine. Let's get on with it. So below deck is Resin, and Magnus. You are now awake as well.
Sorry, guys.
You are now around and awake. So Magnus, what you gonna do?
Well, I'm just gonna because I've been hearing like bits and pieces of what's been going on, just like while I've been ill. So I heard something about there being someone on board. So I'm trying to find like this person.
Okay.
Just find out who the hell they are. what's going
That's
on.
fine. I'm gonna say you walk straight into the room which Resin is in, and we'll switch it around. So, Resin, you are now in here. Magnus, you are now in there.
well, I've got this guy tied up, and I'm pretty much just about to kill him. So,
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess you've given us everything you plan on giving us.
I'll go. Hey, Resin, what are you up to in here?
Otis looks up and just shouts, "Interloper!" and starts pointing at you with one of his hands and swearing in Valenrethian, like ancient Valenrethian, like really like spitting the words out, like he's just extremely angry.
I'll basically give him the Valenrethian equivalent of cursing his ancestors,
Okay,
and then tell him to shut up.
he just
In
falls.
ancient Valenrethian.
He tries to strain against his chains, and when they don't give way, he just sort of sits there suddenly and gives you a death stare.
I'm just gonna look at this exchange, and they're just like, whatever. It's like, this is one of the people who attacked us. They stuck on board at the fort. This guy's his crew, and he's apparently given us all that he has all the information he's planning on. Unless you want to give it a try.
I'm like, what information has he given us?
Well, relay what he told us about this.
Interesting. Well, I could certainly give it a go, see if I can get anything else out of him, but yeah, I can't promise anything.
I'm just gonna kind of gesture. Go ahead.
I sort of turn to Fez and go, you should probably wait outside the door while I do this.
I'm not leaving this room until he's dead. So.
Alright, suit yourself. However, nothing of what happens in this room leaves this room. You understand?
That's kind of the reason why I'm not letting him out.
Alright. Because if I can't trust you, you can't trust me. Okay?
I'm just gonna kind of give him a, like the raised eyebrow, like, are you sure you want to go down this road, kind of thing.
Like, just make sure no one comes in.
Alright. I'm gonna, like, lean against the door.
Alright. I'm gonna draw the soul blade.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start making the preparatory incantations, which will take about 30 seconds.
Magnus, roll perception with a -4, please.
So my perception is +3.
So -1.
1d10 minus 1.
Okay.
And my perception is 10.
Yep. So yeah, your perception is 10. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So why would you get a +3?
Who doesn't have perception 10 these days?
You mean -3?
Yeah, mine.
I don't.
Oh,
So it should have been -4.
So it would have been -4. So it's 1. Then.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you are noticing that normally when you're doing this ritual, and you've done this ritual about 57 times exactly. You've done this ritual, and you are going through all of the things. And normally people are terrified at this moment, and not very happy. And he's just smiling at you, and almost like he's holding back a laugh.
Well, fortune favours the bold. So, because I'm just sort of like in the zone, so I'm sort of concentrating.
Okay.
And then once I finished, I'm literally just gonna stab him through the heart with the dagger.
Okay. Roll a binding check for me.
D10 minus. I forgot what my minus modifier is. -5.
Alright. So he goes, oh, as it goes in. And immediately there is a blast from, literally from like a blasted binding energy just goes outwards and snuffs out all of the candles in the in place and sends furniture flying. Resin, you go flying out the doorway. And the door slams shut and just bangs. It's still open, you can just push it open, it just bangs. And Mac, you're held in a vice, it's like your body's in a vice. And it's just rigid, all of your muscles are really hard and just you can't move. And you just hear a rasping sound in a voice that you in your mind just says it's grabs you by the throat, and this inescapable horrible pain just comes all the way through your body, and you're just where is the staff? And just holds you by the throat and just squeezes closed. And then when you don't answer, he just goes, where is the staff? And it's grabs you more, and you recognise it's Carrion's voice. It's
I was sure it's like. I got it.
Resin, as soon as Resin gets ready to that, but
hang on a second, I'm just going to refresh the page, hang on a second.
mm-hmm.
Sorry if it gets louder, folks. You can see everyone's bars down there, they're really low. I don't know what the hell's going on. In terms of
I can't imagine what I would have got if I'd rolled not a -2.
Hey, you're back. So yeah, that's what's happening. You can hear like Carrion's voice in your head, Magnus, just rasping through and admonishing you and demanding to know where the staff is. You can't
I'm just
see
gonna
anything
laugh
out of your
and
eyes.
tell him.
Okay. What are you going to tell him? Hello? Fuck. Hello? Right, this is fucking ridiculous. What is going on with people's internet? I can't hear anyone, it's just like fucking robot talk all the time. It's just...
Jimmy has some powder gangers to kill. Alright, fools. Prepare to feel the wrath of Jimmy.
Okay, we're back on, I think. I don't know what the fuck's going on with this internet, but it's really getting up my nose. But, because none of you're all coming in fine now, so...
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, we could hear you the whole time.
Yeah.
If people fucking about with our internet again, I'm getting really annoyed. Well, okay. Yeah, so that's basically all you can hear, Magnus, is, with those two things happening.
Well, I'm just gonna sort of chuckle and say, why would I ever tell you?
And it almost is if it's like, in response, there is a horrible stabbing pain sent straight through the center of your body, and you're on 1 HP. And you get the sense as an advanced binding user, you definitely get the sense that if that person wanted to up the voltage, so to speak, they could have very, 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 very easily.
Look, mate, even if I wanted to tell you, I don't even know where I am right now. Like, just somewhere in the ocean, bobbing about. I've got nothing. And you've got nothing.
Somewhere in the ocean.
Okay. So he basically, you can get a sense that this visage, this person, is looking out through time and space to try and find where you are, and eventually, he basically just lands down and just you can almost hear, like, you can almost feel a sense of accomplishment and happiness, and he says, I suppose we will see soon enough, and then let you go. And the darkness is lifted from the room, and all of the candles like come back on, and Oda is dead at your feet.
Do I need to get to see this?
Sorry, my
Priorities, man.
yeah, can't fucking hear anyone again.
Because, you know,
Oh, there you go.
if I do that, that'd be great.
What did you say?
Oh, do I get to at least steal his soul
Yes,
into the blade?
yes.
Alright. Well, I'm just gonna, like, heal myself as a start.
Mhm.
So, do you want me to roll it, or do you want me
Yeah.
to just...
What's the process about with it when a soul's in the thing? What's the process with that?
Because basically, you trap the soul in the dagger,
Mhm.
and then you can sort of start siphoning that off with, like, other incantations. Sort of, so you slowly draw it off into yourself until it's drained.
When are you gonna do that?
Probably, like, after I've, like, picked myself off the floor and healed myself.
Okay,
Somewhat.
we'll do that. Pick yourself up before and heal yourself.
D10 -5. Succeeds. Then I keep forgetting how many die I roll. I just do a heal. There we go. I heal up to 86.
So,
Yeah.
now that that's...
I'm just gonna.
Right, you roll another binding check to see what you want to do. Yeah, you're going to siphon off all this energy from there. Okay. I'll do a perception check for me.
Perception. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to make you realize that something is terribly wrong with this blade. That you've just siphoned some of the essence. And you can't really stop the process once it's begun. So I'm going to have to ask you to roll 10 binding checks. Right?
Okay.
Awkward.
And we'll see what happens with this process.
Roll 10d10. And just minus 5 from each of these.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I did that. No, that's just literally rolls a 10.
Okay.
Roll
That's all right.
10.
I thought that was rolling a d10 and that's the first one.
Oh, brackets. Right. Brackets. Right thing. No. Okay.
Oh.
No, you put the slash in front of it.
Dude, why don't you just hit the dice button over on the left?
Yeah, because then I don't want to roll each dice individually.
You can do advanced roll, and then you just like go to 10 and like this.
Okay.
Okay, so
See, I would have nailed those fucking binding checks. Look at those crits.
10.
All them crits.
see,
Minus.
Hoshi'd be alive. Kinda.
Well, actually, no, I would not
One.
because my binding is 0.
Yeah, I also get to re-roll.
Oh, it might be 1. It might be 1.
I minus 5 from each of those.
So 2, -1, -4, 3.
So yeah, 2
Negative
-1,
Alright.
-4.
You
Highest
hear-
to hit was a 3.
you are fully young and revitalized again. And you're
Yay!
how many 2 things have happened. How many dice do you normally get added onto your binding, attacks?
From my binding level,
Yeah.
I get
Oh god.
68.
Okay. You now get 10d10.
I can see where this is going.
I like that.
However, actually no. Let me just 12d10. 12d10.
12d10.
Yeah, from
Right.
that roll. But you also have a voice in your head, just laughing in your head, and just says, "You're mine now, Karen. Do you understand? Mine."
Oddly reminiscent of,
Okay, well, I'm just gonna act like nothing to matter. I'm just gonna like shake myself down, and so I'm gonna turn to Rez and just go, Gotta be honest, not usually how that goes, but yeah, everything seems alright.
Good God, is this the company you're keeping, Karen? No wonder you want to die so badly. Look at the state of this man.
Can I talk to him without talking out loud?
Do a binding check.
No.
No, we have to hear
It's so funny.
it.
It's got to be pretty
don't
good.
get away with
yeah,
that.
yeah. You can, but each time you want to, you're gonna make a binding check.
Okay.
what?
Well, I'm just gonna say, I know, right?
Fuck you too. God.
It's just got to be below 3 or below when you do a binding
Rez
check.
is getting so much hate today.
I'm like, I know, right? But company's company.
Carrion just says, "What are you doing here, Karen? We were cousins. Why are you trying to stop me from building our empire back to the way it was?"
I'm just gonna smile at Rez and just be like, well, if you'll excuse me, you probably want to get rid of that. I'm gonna sort of turn to the shriveled husk that was Oda, and then sort of stride out, go back to my quarters.
Resin is actually just surprisingly nonplussed by this whole thing that's just happened. It's just like fucking Magnus. It's weird shit all the time.
And I'm just gonna call over my shoulder. Remember, you saw nothing.
I'm just gonna call back. Yeah, nobody's gonna notice what happened.
You
With you.
think he's really not going to talk? Look at the man. He's a freak.
I'm sort of going to my quarters and just be like, Yes, but we don't say that to his face because he'll kill us.
Us already? See, now I like the way you're thinking. See, you could have a place by my side, Magnus. Why'd you have to stick around with these reprobates? They've taken you into the middle of the storm, halfway across the world. You should be here, home, with me.
I would love that. However, you are power hungry. You speak of doing things for the greater of the Empire, but come on. It's always been for your own power.
He basically he's silent at that. He doesn't reply. It's one of those things where the silence is deafening.
That's be like, I'm now gonna be like, well, this is awkward.
He said, just don't start pleasuring yourself in the bathtub like you used to do in the Silent Citadel. Not while part of me's locked in here with you.
I'm like, hey, you chose to be locked in here.
Part of me, I'm still powerful enough to walk around on my own steam.
No, I gathered that. And I'm just gonna be like, I think it's time for a bath.
You just hear him just go, oh, and then he just goes quiet again.
What the fuck?
Alright, so
Shall I see number 2?
Hoshi walks into your room, Magnus, because she's come down to try and find you. Because that's where she was going before, I think.
Magnus, things are terrible out there. Can you help? I mean, we don't even know which way we're going. We don't know where we've come from. The crew are all. I can't keep them. I can't keep their spirits up anymore. I need your help.
I'm sort of like half drawing a bath.
In your head, you hear Liz Karen go, "Hello." No, it's as soon as Hoshi walks in.
So I'm just gonna be like dipping my hand in the bath, monitoring the temperature. I'm just gonna look up and be like, "Do I look like a navigator to you? Like, what do you expect me to do?"
Can't you use your magic?
Like,
surely you must have some spell that you know that can find where we are or where we ought to be going.
You just Magnus in your head. You hear like a.
I'm sure I can think of something. Fine. I'm just gonna stop pouring the bath and just head up onto deck.
Thank you. This means a lot. I know you don't like to get involved in these sorts of things, but it's for all of us.
Okay, so
the sooner we get to safety, the sooner we can think things over.
Yeah, Magnus looks about 30 years younger, by the way.
I went from
looking.
I was wondering if that was going to come up. It's like
I basically went from looking for about 50 odd to being 20 odd.
Jesus, bury the lead, why don't you? That would have been the first thing I said. Sorry, Magnus. This is going to sound really weird.
Go on.
Have you changed since we last spoke?
You do something with your hair.
Only the hair.
I was.
If he looks 20, he looks younger than I do now. That's really weird.
Yeah, he does.
I do. Yeah.
Hoshi's 28. I mean, sorry, I know that's a weird question.
But
you look so much younger.
Well, after the whole
Moisturizing.
illness thing, I took some scented baths. They really rejuvenated my pores.
You just hear in your head go, if she goes for that, she no.
So hold on,
Binding check.
I
Yeah.
know that he's 800 or something.
Yeah.
Don't I?
Yeah. Yes, you do. Well, he's 475.
Or yeah, however old he is. So, I mean, look, I know you're not you don't look as old as you are, but how old are you? How old are you really? How old are you supposed to look? I don't understand this. This is so weird.
Okay. I think what you're suffering from is thinking too much. Just roll with it. I'm just gonna walk up onto the deck.
Okay, yeah, I have nothing to say to that, so I'll just follow him.
Right. When you guys are on the deck, the storm's still raging, but as soon as Magnus comes up onto the deck, the skies just clear a little bit, and you can see onto the coast a bit far away. You see these statues just like leaning out, and
Are you seriously telling me that's all it took? All right.
no. The storm's still raging behind you. There's like a break in the storm. And
Yeah, I know,
so
but
you're not it for a little bit.
okay.
And that's all it took for Carrion to just go storm off, just sort of thing. You know,
Mhm.
Well, I'll sort of turn around to Hoshi and go, "What the hell do you call me up for? There's the coast right there."
Magnus.
I think it should just like say. Does anyone recognise the picture, or you?
I do recognise the picture
Okay.
from the fluff. Yeah,
So which way are we going towards at this moment in time?
we're heading towards like
Valen, right?
Valen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Valen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I sort of laugh a little bit because
Okay.
like I can't help but like keep a smile from my face knowing that we're safe from the storm. But like Magnus, I mean, have you really been sitting below deck all this time?
Oh, hang on a minute.
You know for a fact. Yeah. Okay, I'll wait for Dean to get back.
Julius got some killing to do. I mean, some diplomacy. Just diplomacy with some 5.56mm bullets.
Good luck with that.
Oh shit, he's behind his pants. Oh shit, I've been shot. Oh shit, I missed. Come on. How do I gun? They expected me to be in a gunfight.
Right.
This was never a good idea.
Right, back again. Oh. Yeah, so you guys see these statues, and you can see where the land's blasted away from when Valen was destroyed, all the way behind it and stuff. And it basically, the cataclysm came at sea, and then a binding energy just like ripped out away from everything, and just destroyed most of the coastline. And they put these statues there called the Lamenters, which are always weeping and looking at the dead city out in the sea. But it's sort of like, do you know that moment in the Matrix where I think it's like Reload? No, it's the last one, Revelations, where they go above the clouds for just a minute and everything looks really nice, and then they come back straight back down again. That happens, and it's a worse storm than before. Like it's literally just like racking the ship this way and that.
Around us.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
So, you guys are right back in it again, and Hoshi, I'm going to make you roll 5 pirate checks, please, with your just to get your crew to.
Which is cunning, isn't it?
Cunning, yes, with your -2.
Yeah.
Your magical hat.
Good. Good.
So that's 2 fails because I have. Wait, did we level up since last session?
No,
Okay, well then that's 2 fails because my cunning is 6.
that's fine. On average, you did well. You out of 5, you got 3. Okay, so I'm going to make everyone roll. Logan, what you're doing with the ship, on the ship, what are you actually doing?
Well, I'm up on the helm at the moment, trying to wrestle with the wheel of the ship with Kargan.
Okay,
I'm trying to use my weight because he's struggling with it.
Do a strength check for me.
I will do so.
That's fine.
Have a one.
Yeah, you're keeping the ship on a pretty good course. Resin, what are you doing?
I'd just be helping with keeping the ropes tied down, making sure the sails don't. Because I assume we're not on sail power in the storm.
No,
because
no.
we wouldn't have sails.
Yeah.
But we have lots of oars and things. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know how much crew we have.
And once everything's seems tied down, I would probably go below and try to, help row a bit.
There aren't enough people to row at the moment. There's only 8 crewmen for 32 oars basically. So
Yeah.
no, there would be no point. It wouldn't do anything. It would just be like
Okay. So just trying to keep between the ship and making sure the cargo doesn't go flying.
Okay.
Making sure strapped down properly.
Magnus, what are you doing?
I'm going back below deck.
No, you're not. Magnus, do something.
Alright, fine. And I'm gonna try and sort of use the binding to determine where the coast is, like, in relation to us, and sort of try and guide us in that direction.
Can you do anything about this terrible storm?
Probably not, no. Greater
Honestly.
powers than me are at work here. I hope you realise this.
You look healthier than I do for a 476-year-old, and yet you're telling me you can't make it stop raining.
Age has nothing to do with power. That's one thing you learn when you're 794.
Alright, so
Must have taken some considerable power for you to look 700 years younger than you are.
Like, ah.
If I can hear them, I'm just gonna be like, quit your bitching and let's figure this shit out.
I'm sorry. Okay, you're right. What are we going to do? Magnus, can you find where the coast is?
I would work on
As many
it.
crewmen downstairs as you can to start rowing. We need to make some kind of progress.
Alright, so I'm going to sort of try and determine our position
okay.
to the coast.
5 binding checks, please.
Okay, I'm just going to use the dice then. Oh, don't want that. 5 and 10. -5 on all of those. So that's
Right.
0.
So you can detect
minus.
there is a landmass a league or two in front of you in your general
Okay.
direction, and there is a bigger
So-
landmass to the from where you're facing. It would be the east.
Okay.
So let's not crash into the cliffs while we're, in a storm.
Yeah, but I can't really tell where the cliffs are.
We need
Right.
to approach the land, but not get too close. I don't know what to do.
He's just gonna like wave at you and gesture and which way, as he's wrestling with the wheel.
I assume 2 leagues is closer than the other landmass.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna just say straight ahead.
Okay, he's gonna give you the thumbs up. And, continue wrestling with the wheel.
Okay. Hoshi, 5 more cunning checks, please.
Yes, sir.
See how we go.
Resin's gonna do his best to keep an eye out for land.
2
as well.
fails.
2 fails again. That's good. Okay. So you direct your crew appropriately, and finally, again, you guys break out through what seems like the edge of the storm. Just suddenly, like it's like unnatural, like straight away, like no more storm. It's right behind you, and you come out slowly onto these calm waters. And Magnus, you're confused because it says this is where the landmass was, and there is no land here. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna get a sense of dread and look up.
This is like no storm I've ever seen.
That's exactly what I thought I would have done.
There's nothing there. There's nothing up.
I'm gonna try and sort of send out some binding pulses, just to see if there's something concealed up there.
Can we find Atlantis?
Okay, you find nothing up there, but you can feel binding energy crackling and reverberating like a sonar directly below you when you send it out. And
We found Atlantis.
and you just got Carrion in your head just saying this goes you feel
I'm gonna be like-
you feel it too, huh?
I'm just gonna look around. Do I see any landmarks?
You can see there is a horse, it looks like, outside of the water, just like rearing up.
This is
Oh, we're
bad.
totally-
This is bad. This is bad. We need to go. Like now.
You're telling me, and if you're saying that, oh god, what
Which
do we do?
way?
Which way do we go?
Skirt around the storm. Just go.
None of this feels natural or safe.
Okay.
None of this is natural or safe.
You guys can all. Magnus was first. It's just you because you're the. And who else has binding powers in the party? It's Logan and.
I think I have a binding
I
of.
have like the tiniest bit of sensitivity, but that's it.
I think I might have a binding of 1.
Okay.
Let me just check.
So Magnus, you're hearing this quite acutely, and Logan, you can. It's like a faint whispering in the back of your mind. You can like groans coming from
No,
the water.
0.
Just like it's like moaning and groans. It's coming from the water, like deep down, echoing down there. And as you look over the water, there's like green glowing lights just like reverberating underneath there.
I'm just gonna be like, wait a second. Do I see landmarks which would be familiar to me if I was, say, standing in a tall building in Valen?
Where are you looking?
Like, just around me is where I am right now. Like, if I look out to the land, would the lay of the land have looked familiar?
Yes. Yes.
Oh. I'm gonna... Like...
Right away?
This is not particularly good.
What's going on?
We're gonna get sunk on a building.
I
That's very
believe
awkward.
we have found the sunken city of Valen. And, some stuff is happening down there.
Is that what I think it is? You mean beneath us is a city?
Yes.
Anyone
Yes.
can go and look and confirm. It's not like
Well, Resin's gonna look over the water edge since he no longer has to be struggling with ropes and shit. Like
down there, you see what is basically a marble, Romanesque city below the waves, just below the surface, and you can see a couple of 100 meters to your right, because clear water here. The bindings are scoured all life from the water. You can actually see a massive dome, like a huge dome, over to your right, and you know that you could even like, you're thinking, oh, well, that's sinkers, and you're thinking, no, you could probably like run her aground there and then put her back in the water because the water would be up and down. But you're now hearing groans coming from it as well, and there's like there's even flashes of lightning in the water, like just green lightning just flashing around. And you can see Magnus, you're looking out as well, and you can see as the waves from the outside of this peaceful part of the storm, the waves just like ebb up and down, and are revealing the tops of tortured pieces of rock and buildings and all those sort of things. And you can actually see in the distance there is a massive statue of one of the Spire gods, the god of war, cast in pure Feorite, which is just standing nearby the horse. The horse was a part of his.
I want to check a statue.
Yeah,
Turn into a sword.
The horse was part of his statue, so it's been knocked off and is like, askew. And you're finding like you can see bits of landmarks just sticking out of the water and stuff all the way around.
So I'm gonna be like, yeah, we still need to leave. Like now, it would be wise that we not stick around and find out what the hell's going on around here.
Well, let's go immediately. Rezon.
Well, where are we gonna go?
That
There's
one-
storms everywhere.
Yeah, can we not hug the coast?
Skirt around the storm.
Yeah, hug the coast.
I don't care how long it takes. If he doesn't think we're safe here, we're not safe here.
Yeah, we're not safe anywhere right now, but at least here we can, let's stay on the edge of the city and wait for see what the storm does.
Why would you say that? How can you pretend that you know what's going on here?
I have no idea what's going on here, but at the very least,
We're getting away now. We're getting away now.
at the very least, this city's not, we're not currently about to sink, which is more than I could say for us 10 minutes ago.
We need to skirt around the storm.
Okay,
That's
captain's
Captain
vote, I guess.
order.
Yep. Okay. So the crew order. The only way you can use the oars is to turn the ship, and the crew order all of the men to the one end of the ship and start rowing to turn the ship around. And they wait for wind, basically. And but this is eerily calm here, like there's just nothing there. And Magnus, you hear a voice again and says, "Just look what happened to our city. This is the fate of everywhere in Valenreath if we don't act, and soon."
Finding check.
Okay. 3 or below. Yep.
I was like, what do you mean?
He basically just says, you know how things have gone since you left? I've had my agents keeping tabs on you for years. They've known all about you. They just haven't moved on you because I told them not to. It's my express command to Araved that you not be harmed. Because whether I like you or not, you're actually the only link back to Vanreef that we have in this world right now. You're the only person with that knowledge inside your head, and I need that knowledge. If you die, and I die, there's nothing else left of the world that was. The world as it's supposed to be, under one empire. One place, one empire, one emperor.
And I assume you will be that emperor.
If we're looking, yeah, he basically just says, it could only be me or you, Magnus, and it was never going to be you.
Wow, that goes without saying. Again, it's just put someone else on the throne, find someone, and I'll support you. But I cannot support you while you're just grabbing for power. Like, this is not what the binding is for. This is not what made old Valen great.
He basically just says, then find me someone. Find me somebody with the blood of Sarpedon. Find me someone with the blood of the old emperors, and I'll gladly put them on the throne if they deserve to be there.
I'm just gonna be like, can I share my memories with him?
Yeah, you can do a binding check and do that. This is a straight one. You're not trying to talk. So you're just trying to.
You didn't meet the Sarpedon guy, did you?
No.
Well, because I'm gonna share my memories with him of them talking to me about him.
Yeah.
Because it can only be,
Yeah.
Okay, so he basically just accepts all that and says, no matter what gets said, it doesn't change our course. Right? Our empire is crumbling. It is a shadow of what it once was. And the ministers are to blame. The people I put in power. I have to set this right.
If you find this ancestor of Sarpedon and you put him on the throne, I will support you. Until then, the answer is no.
He basically just nods and he says, but I think I have found him.
Well then, I shall look forward to our meeting then.
Said, you've already met him. He's standing right next to you. And then the voice just closes down.
I'm just gonna twirl around and be like, what? Who?
Definitely resin. Definitely resin.
Definitely have. Come on.
You see Logan standing there, right next to you.
I'm just gonna say, out loud, no. No.
He just
No.
jumps into the sea. No!
Basically, I've been
I've
looking terrified and worried that we're all gonna die in City of Valen, but now my face is just blank, no,
Nope.
no.
Nope.
I'm just gonna walk off, just no, it can't be, no.
Logan's just gonna turn to Resin and be like, did I do something? Are we going the wrong way? I mean, you tell me to go this way, right?
Just Resin's gonna shrug. It's who the fuck knows? It's Magnus.
That's true. Okay, so what's the plan now? We can't really move from here. I guess we should make landfall. Where are we anyway?
I'm gonna
That's
point
this
at the dome. We might be able to set down there for a little bit.
As
So we
Magnus
can-
just had a look of astonished horror on his face that is just frozen there for the past 30 seconds. No.
Well, I was looking worried, and then after this revelation, he just have been do you know that look of just you look like nothing?
Mm.
You're just too stunned to actually have a facial expression.
Mm.
It's just like that. For the last 30 seconds.
He
And he
says,
just walks off shaking his head.
your voice just, the voice in your head just says, he said, you know, you've always had an imprint of the old world, and I gave Araved that imprint to search for. And so as soon as he found you, and he was controlling the Black Banners, he had you hired, and he had Logan hired. Now, he was supposed to bring you both to me. However, when you stole the tome that could have set me free, he had no choice but to kill you. But obviously the Black Banners got in the way and exiled you instead, which puts us on this path that we're on now. Now, you either bring Logan to me, or I destroy you. And then it goes quiet, and he says, I'm going to stop watching now, but you keep him safe for the sake of all of us. And then it just switches it off. And it's like, he's still there in your head. You can feel him, but he's not
watching.
He's not sentient. No, he's doing his own thing now.
Okay. I'm just gonna sit down for a bit and
Okay.
gather my thoughts.
Contemplate your poor life
I'm
choices.
actually just completely forgotten about everything that's happening right now. I'm just not even registering anymore.
Hoshi, are we able to move the ship over there?
I think that'll be a good time for us to all just go and have 2 minutes just to calm down and take stock. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'll stop recording, and if you remind me, you're all close to leveling, but if you remind me that I need to start recording again when I get back, you'll get your level straight away. There you go. So people on YouTube, see you in a minute, and people on stream, keep watching. We'll be back in 2 minutes to go and get a drink or something. We'll be back at 9:10.